Hi guys. So this week you have a book for your reading, and it's called The Bad Seed, and it's included in your packet, which you can see here. And you're going to be using that text for your reading work that you're practicing. Now, I want to quickly also mention that this should not be the only thing that you're reading throughout the week. Like, we didn't, and that's probably a fail on our part, but you should be reading at least 25 to 30 minutes a day, if not more than that, on top of what you're reading here. So I expect for you to not just be reading the text that's included in your packet, but I also expect for you to be reading other books that you've got at home, even if you have to reread, maybe even like some cookbooks, or maybe you could listen to some audio books if you've got devices at home, but you shouldn't just be reading this text because it's quick and it's easy, and it's definitely not 25-30 minutes or more reading every day. And so, like, for me, my favorite place right now is outside in my backyard because the weather has been so nice. I lay a blanket out in the grass and I just lay out there and I read every day. So I hope that you're doing the same thing. But let's go ahead and read this book with the pictures. So this book is called The Bad Seed, and this is by one of my absolute favorite authors, Jory John, and the illustrations are by Pete Oswald. And there's a lot of little books that are like this by Jory John, and so actually I will read The Good Egg by Jory John to go along with this to kind of help you practice your work this week. So let's get started. The Bad Seed. And here is the blurb. And if you remember, on a hardback book, sometimes it has a cover. Sometimes it doesn't have a back blurb. So it's like, you can see this has got some pictures. There's a bad seed. A bad seed. How bad? Do you really want to know? He lies about pointless stuff. He cuts in line every time. He never washes his hands or his feet, and he does lots of other bad things too. But what happens when a bad seed doesn't want to be bad anymore? Can a bad seed change his bad ways? So right now you could even make a prediction on that. Right? The bad seed. I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, "That seed is so bad." When they think I'm not listening, they mumble, "There goes a bad seed." But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. How bad am I? You really want to know? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell long jokes with no punchlines. I never wash my hands or my feet. I lie about pointless stuff. I cut in line every time. I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. And I do lots of other bad things too. Know why? Because I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family. Seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. But then the petals dropped, and our flower drooped. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Everything went dark. And then a giant. I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed and I hollered, "Ah! Patooey!" But I was spit out at the last possible second. I flew through the air and I landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. Thud! When I woke up, it was dark outside. A wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I'd become a different seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was a friend to nobody and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can. I didn't care. And it suited me. Until recently, I've made a big decision. I've decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I still forget to listen, and I still show up late, and I still talk during movies, and I do all kinds of other bad stuff. But I also say thank you. And I say please. And I smile. And I hold doors open for people. Not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad, sometimes I also feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking, maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. Hey, look, there goes that bad seed. Actually, he's not all that bad anymore. I heard that. All right, so don't forget, this story is going to be your story that you're going to be reading and using to do the work in your packet for the rest of this week. So that's I believe it's day 13 through 16. So I'll get back to you soon with the next book.